Hey everyone, it is June the 2nd on Read Through the Word, and I sure hope you're having a great day. I'm Wendy Pope, and I am so happy to be here with you. What are you looking for in life? What I have discovered in my years on this earth is that we often find what we pursue. We discover it. We happen upon it, what we pursue. Solomon tells us that if we want to have life, righteousness, and honor, that we're going to find that when we pursue righteousness and unfailing love. Well, can we just be honest here for just a second? I don't believe there's anyone listening that doesn't want life, righteousness, and honor. And I've defined these terms down here. I'm not necessarily big on the whole honor thing, as far as if it can. Honor doesn't necessarily mean renown or front stage or recognition was the word I was looking for. This honor means that you're respected and there's merit to who you are and there's distinction to who you are. So when people know you, they're like, there's some people that I honor that work a farm. I honor them. They work a farm. Some people that I respect and honor and give merit to are school teachers. Yes, possibly the most underpaid profession in this world. I give honor to anyone who is doing what they're called to do with excellence and in the right way. And especially if they're following what the Lord, sorry about that, I made my hair stick up. They're following what the Lord has called them to do. Those are the people that I honor and I esteem and I respect. And I give merit to who they are and what they're doing. They might not be in the center of an arena. They might not have ever published a book, a song, a podcast. They might not even have a social media where they have influence, like they're an influencer. That whole thing just makes my spine shiver. I read something the other day, and I don't know who said it, but the problem that we have is that everybody wants to be important and they want to be center stage, and the stage has room for one. Anyways, that's a story for another day. But so often we have in our minds to pursue careers, and that's not ever been me. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but my pursuits were really simple: to be a school teacher, to be a wife, and to be a mother. And then later in life, God added layers to that and brought me into ministry and sat with me and moved my fingertips to be able to communicate messages that He wanted communicated through literature, through books. And I do this now. I do still write. I do still speak. But this, I just was not, I didn't have a whole list of, I got to do this. I don't have a whole list of, this is my bucket list. I want to be and do these things. That's not who I am. Are those things wrong? No. But when they supersede the pursuit of righteousness and unfailing love, we're not going to find life, righteousness, and honor according to God's standards. We might find it according to the world's standards. And I'm going to tell you, that recognition and that life and righteousness and honor is very, very costly. And in many cases, it cost someone their very soul. And if that wasn't a possibility, Paul would not have addressed selling your soul and in pursuit of having everything, but selling your soul, at what cost is that? I put this verse, our key verse, in the Amplified Version and also the Living Bible. He who earnestly seeks after and craves righteousness, mercy, loving kindness, it expands the definition of that, will find honor in addition to righteousness, uprightness, and right standing with God. It's a craving, which made me think of Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all of these will be added unto you. And you can go to Matthew 6 and see all those things where he talks about the birds of the air and the lilies of the field and all of that. They don't worry about anything because God takes care of them, basically. But that word seek also means crave. It's the Greek word zeteo, and it also means crave. And I loved how these verses paralleled one another. It's craving righteousness and unfailing love to the point where we will do anything to get it. It's the reaping and the sowing. It's you're going to what you put in, you're going to get out. You are. And God said to the people of Israel, right as they are going about to go into captivity for the 70 years for their disobedience, he says to them in Jeremiah 29:13, when you seek me, you will find me. It's that craving. So that's why I said, not most, we will always find what we pursue, no matter what it is that we're pursuing. It's just a rule of nature. You're going to get what you go for. And Solomon is telling us when we pursue it, we will find it. We will find that life. And I've put these definitions here just so we all know what we're dealing with. We all know what our words are here. But it's the life that we want. It's a satisfaction in knowing that we are living life to its fullest, the abundance that abundant life that Jesus speaks of in John 10:10 is ours. And the more we seek him, the more we find. And that doesn't mean he's like hiding from us. It means there are layers to our relationship and our relationship with Christ and our faith that will only be pulled back and experienced through our seeking, through our devotion to his word and obeying it. And in that life and the righteousness and that honor, when we receive that from God and even from other people, we will quickly turn it back to him. We will not even want that glory. That's how you know that, you know what? That's how you'll know. That's how you'll know whether the person that is on that stage that you admire, that person whose book you're reading, or whose music you're listening to, or podcasts that you're tuning into, that you've clicked the little alert button and ding, 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 it's time for a new podcast from such and such or so and so. That's how you'll know whether or not they're in the right place. Because they will take no glory. They will take no honor. They will deflect everything back to God. And sure, I mean, you've got movie stars that get up there, accepting their Oscar saying, well, I just want to thank God. Really? What God are you thanking? And I'm not saying every one of them's wrong, and please hear me on that. But you can really tell if someone's in the right lane and the right frame of mind and thinking by how they respond to the recognition and to the honor. But this is the life I want, of righteousness and honor, not necessarily from other people, but from God. And I want to seek righteousness and his unfailing love. That's what I want. And I sure hope you want it too. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.